What's up, YouTube? I'm going to be making a new container for my killifish. I bought this out of a dollar store, $1.39. It's 11 inches long, uh, 8 inches wide, and 4 inches deep. I have a, with the lid. I have a deli cup with the lid, and I have this paper holder that you buy. I got out of Walmart. A package of these, like maybe $2. And I'll be with you in a second. Okay, so first I'm going to measure, get my center, have an idea when I want to put my door. And it's going to be a sliding door. Okay, so I took my marker and I marked the center of where I want to put the sliding door. I made this little cutout out of cardboard so I can trace it. Actually, I didn't trace it. I kind of marked it where I want it. But I got to do something first. I'm going to be making a hole up. I'm going to be making a viewport port out of this deli cup. And I'm going to use that material that I cut out of there to make the door. Okay? So, hang on for a second. So, I placed the deli cup on top of it. So, I traced it out. And I'm going to cut it with a soldering gun, or whatever they call it, a soldering stick. So, what I did was I cut it like a 1/4 inch, a little less than a 1/4 of an inch inside the circle. I made it, I used one of these, very hot, and I just melted it lightly. All the way around. It's not completely through, but what I did was make a little hole right there, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Okay, you take a razor blade with a safety on it, and I'll show you my next step. So you insert it into that hole, and you gently cut through the rest of the plastic. Now you have a trench here that you have created, and it will make it much easier to make that completely round circle. So the trick is also to make it about a little less than a 1/4 inside the circle, and I'll show you why. Then once you get to a certain point, you can put your finger underneath the edge and pull, push the razor blade through. It will make it much easier. So you go nice and easy. Make sure that you don't cut yourself, as that razor blade's very sharp, and no young kids do this. Don't do this. Have a parent help you. Okay, when you're using a razor blade or any type of a power tool or a electric heating element, make sure you have a parent with you. Okay, now that it's cut out, this piece right here I'm going to make my door with. So I have this piece of cardboard that I cut out to mark on my my cover here, but also this cardboard is going to be able to trace the size of the door that I want on this piece of plastic. So see how I did it? So now I'm going to mark it out. Okay, see, I marked it out. Now I'm going to cut it with a pair of scissors. Okay, so I cut it out. Okay, next I'm going to take the cover, take this, and I'm going to put the plastic sliding device on here. So I just slid it in, and what I'm going to do is just cut it with a pair of scissors. So here's what it looks cut. Okay, very simple, and I'll give you the measurements on that. Basically, is what, say 1 3/4 by a little less than 2.5 inches. You can go 2.5 inches, right? So now you place it like that, where you had it marked off, and you're going to mark it again. So all I did was just mark on this edge and mark on the other edge. Now I can take it off. Okay, so we know that we don't want the hole. We want the hole where the cover is going to cover it. So we're going to come in, say about a 1/2 inch, and we're going to make I guess say a 3/4 inch hole by a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch. I'll show you. So we don't want the hole too big, and we don't want it too small. We want enough to be able to feed our fish, killifish, and that's about it. And we don't want them jumping out. So that's the hole that's the size I'm cutting. So I'm gonna take the heat gun and just melt around the square. So now you can see what I did. I melted it on all 4 sides, and I'm going to just take my razor blade and just notch it right out. You don't have to be perfect, because no one's going to see it except you and your killifish. So see what I did? I notched it out. It's not perfect, but it's what we're looking for. Okay, next I'm going to be attaching my door to it. Okay, I'm going to use a hot glue gun, and we'll be done with this. So this is the door, how I have it set up, and I'm going to glue on the back side, right here and right there. Also, I like to take a piece of sandpaper and sand on this side and sand on this side. It's going to give it better holding power. Okay, you can see that I scuffed it up. Now on this, you don't have to, because it has these ridges to it. As you can see how it has the ridges, and that'll be the perfect surface. So about that much hot glue on both sides. Okay. So now it's attached. A little bit of glue. Now watch. Here goes my sliding door. There you go. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to make a handle. Check this out. I'm going to add a little bit of glue. Right about. It's pretty hard doing it. A little dab will do you. Then I'm going to make a little stop over here, so it doesn't slide all the way out. Put a little dab over here. So let that dry. So okay, while we're waiting for that to dry, we're going to sand around this edge for a better seal. Okay, so that's all sanded around the edge, and I also sanded around this edge, and now we're going to glue it into place. So we're going to put it like this. How's this? We're going to put it like this, and it's going to be like a dome. And that's why I told you to cut about a 1/4 inch, a little less, inside the circle. Don't cut on a line. Cut inside, and that's where your container's going to sit, like so. And what you want to do is you're going to tack it 1, 2, 3, 4 spots, small little dabs. Okay, I hit it here, there, and on the back. Let that dry, and I'll show you how I'm going to attach the rest of it. Now holding it up, now you can start gluing from the inside of the lid. So now, As you can see how I glued it, I just kept on turning it around and around and around as I was gluing it. Then you come back after and just touch it up whenever you need it. If you want to do it from the outside now, you can. Make it look nice, put a nice bead around it. So that's what I did. I put a bead around it. I'll let it dry, and with my razor blade, I'll just cut off whatever I don't need. Just trim it a little bit. And look at this baby's on there. It ain't going nowhere. And so here we go. We just we can slide it, feed. See how we push it all the way forward, and then you're gonna come out because of the lip of the container, and we slide it back, and this little dab of glue is gonna hold it from sliding right out. And then we have this nice little viewing port right here, and that's it. So if you like it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Later, John, Massachusetts here. Four River Fish Guy. Hashtag 4 River Fish Guy.